Everything's happening. I'll tell you what's not happening is our coffee making is not happening right now, is it?
I thought that's what you paid Joe for.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But anyway, the good thing is, Burns, I got a nice, solid
milk. Well done, you.
Big one.
And it's in date.
And it's in date, which is always useful, isn't it?
It becomes cream.
Yep.
1 lump or 2. We're talking about the milk, not the sugar.
Yeah.
Have you noticed how the sell-by dates and use-by dates now, everything you buy from the supermarket is literally on its last legs?
Yeah. Would you like a little bit of coffee, mate? Would you like it a little bit thicker?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, you've got thickening and everything, have you?
Well,
I'll have anything, I'm not bothered.
I'm going to pop a little bit of coffee, mate, in there because I do think coffee, mate, is...
as long as it's wet, I'm not bothered. Thank you, sir.
You go,
like a Mr. Whippy.
You like that? You like that? Oh!
Don't know whether to drink it or eat it.
I've got a little bit of a sore back today. I've washed the car.
Did you?
And you know when you're like
new car there, isn't it?
Underneath and everything going on, you're like, But there we go. Anyway, hey, cheers.
It's a big car as well, isn't
it? Cheers to you, Burns. Well, and cheers to going to be the new addition to the family. Should we talk about that?
New addition to the channel.
New addition to the channel. That's how you announce it. That's funny.
New character, I think, yeah.
Just talk about, so for those of you that don't know, Bernie is going to be having a little bambino.
Yes, due in the end of June. So my partner Louise has got 2 children anyway, Arthur and Darcy.
Yeah.
So yeah, another addition to the family. Yeah, lovely. Having a girl. So we know it's a girl.
Oh, you know it's a girl.
Yeah.
Get on.
Yeah.
Okay, and I hear pram. You've got a pram.
Pram, yeah. So the pram we've just purchased was more than my first car.
Unbelievable, man.
I mean, it does 7. It's like 7 in 1. It does 7 different things. But I'm mind blown by the capabilities of what I've purchased. But yeah, they're expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I think there's a bit of sweet talking with the grandparents when it comes to stuff like that.
I've been lucky. My mum has contributed quite a bit, to be fair to. Yeah,
she's always like properly excited.
Yeah. So I think Lou's 20. I'll get this right because I'll be wrong anyway. 24. I want to say 24, 25 weeks.
Oh, Bernie.
She'll obviously correct me when she's watching this on Sunday. But yeah,
I'd avoid those numbers. I would definitely avoid those numbers. The only thing you got to just try and remember is the time the baby was born. Obviously the date would be good. The time the baby was born, and then if you can kind of remember roughly what their weight was, then that's you gold star for the rest of your life.
Brilliant.
That's all you need to remember.
Perfect.
All right? Everything else will be a big blur for you, promise you. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another Sunday morning show. We're going old school. We are literally ripping it up. Bernie and I were going to go out on the golf course today, but it's foggy, very, very foggy. Pea soup did a bit of an Instagram story just a minute ago, and the course is closed, so we couldn't get out to do the update that we wanted to do. It's
a shame because the weather has actually turned slightly for the better. I'd say, wouldn't you? Like
absolutely.
It's not. I mean, we've not had rain for 3 or 4 days, which is unbelievable. Because down here we've had something like 50 or 60 consecutive days of rain, and I've never seen golf courses as wet as I've seen them this year.
It's been everywhere, even down in Portugal where I was last week, and we'll probably get onto that, but Portugal was just, you could see the damage that's been done by the storms that have kind of come through there, and the rain and everything else that kind of goes on with it. And so I think, Spain, Portugal, I've just heard so many countries that have been absolutely smashed this winter by the wet weather. But hopefully, as you said, daffodils are out. Favourite flower of the year.
Yeah.
Because
signifies the start of spring, or spring coming, doesn't it?
Signifies golf.
And the other thing is the talk of the Masters.
Correct.
Because as soon as we start talking about the Masters, I always regard that as the start of the golfing season. After that Sunday, the following Monday, I feel like, yes, we're into the golf season. That's what I
think most people do. I think everyone's got a trigger, haven't they? I mean,
definitely
we've all got triggers in our life, with whatever we do. Mine's the left foot, kick that out and off I go, swing can go.
Yeah.
But then I think the Masters is definitely a trigger for lots and lots of people out there who either work in the golf industry or just play golf in general to say, right, okay, when I get up on the Monday morning after the Masters Sunday, it's go time. It's go time.
Yeah.
For me, it's daffodils. As soon as I see one, I think it's go time. Obviously, this year we've gone a bit early, but
There's so the bloke I play golf with, Neil, he watches this channel as well, He's like a bit of a farmer. I say a farmer. He's got a farm, but I would probably not call him a farmer. But there's some lamb.
Does that not classify as you as a farmer?
Well, he's got a farm, but he's not really a farmer. But he sent me a picture yesterday. There's lambs out. He's like, that's so early for lambs, so that's a good sign as well, isn't it?
What's that? Temperature? I'm not.
I guess
I'm
so.
not
I don't know.
I'm not a lammer. I'm not a farmer.
There'll be people that would know more about farming than what I do, but it's like 6 weeks earlier than expected. So it must be climate, must be weather, temperature. I guess.
Because I was driving around the other day. It was 14 degrees in the van.
Which is spring-like, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely. Spring has come. Spring has sprung.
We've not really had any cold weather down here as well. I mean, that's maybe why it's rained so much.
Well, that's it. The jet stream, Bernie. Jet stream's been too low. Therefore, we've been having rain rather than the coldness.
This channel's so educational.
Isn't it?
I forgot how educational.
I don't even know if we've touched on golf yet, but
I forgot how educational it was.
Talking about the Masters, because as you said, you brought it up, but Harry in the pro shops just put out his draw for the Masters, so that's going out live. Sweepstake, which is always a good one for the club. Our members really enjoy that one.
Yeah.
But who's your pick? Let's just quick early doors pick. Let's go with that.
You can't look past Scotty Scheffler again, can you? Although he's having some bad starts to tournaments, but then coming back in, isn't he? He's been getting himself almost out of contention. Looking a regular player would be looking at maybe potentially missing the cut, but he's then come back and finished top 10 in all the events. But Scotty Scheffler, past winner there as well, isn't he? He
kind of like at the moment he's enjoying 2 moving days a week, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's having to do
Friday and Saturday, just get himself back into tournaments in contention. Yeah. Rory must have a lot of confidence as well, and good memories from the year before, winning there, getting the old duck off his back, so to speak. Yeah. Outsider, Justin Rose, maybe.
Oh, well said, Bernie.
Yeah.
He lost to the playoff last year.
Yeah.
I just got this feeling, I don't know what it is, and you could argue that obviously he's coming to the latter part of his latter part of his career, should we say? But
Indian summer he's having.
Indian summer, love it. He's like a fine wine, isn't he? He's just literally getting better with age, and I'm not saying he's gonna. I think his work ethic. I think he's just still fit as a fiddle. I think he's just an experienced golfer, knows when to turn it on and not turn it on. I think.
Did you see his routine he does? Have you seen that? I mean, it was pushed. I think it was either on Twitter or one of the social media outlets. But like what he does, like preparation and how much. I mean, I know they all do. Don't get me wrong, but it was quite impressive for someone. I mean, he's of a similar age to me. I think we're the same age, but I couldn't imagine. I know his life has been centred around golf.
Just going to put this out there quickly as you carry on.
Okay.
I've met him last year, quite up close and personal, shook his hand. And he's definitely he's had a tougher paper round than you did. Because you look a lot younger. I couldn't believe when you said that, he's same age.
Yeah, same age. But his body must be able to cope with that. I mean, if I try to do that now, I mean, our body's not used to it, is it? I mean,
it's been doing it
forever. The aches and pains that I've got, and I know that you've got with your back, and everyone else will be suffering with different medical issues at home. But just to be able to do what he does, and his body at his age to withstand that's quite impressive. But
I don't think I'm not saying he's going to win the Masters. I think I feel like he's got a major in him this year. I mean, the Cinderella story would be the Open Championship if he could get that done at Birkdale. I think we're Birkdale.
Is that where he burst onto the scene? Yeah, okay. So that was not 90. I mean, was that 96, 97?
1997. 97.
I think it was.
The only snag to that.
Holds the third shot on the par 4 last, didn't he?
On the last, but I think he finished third.
Yeah,
in general,
as an amateur.
Yeah. So, but the only snag to that, which is going to be annoying, because I think you just want someone like that to just go under the radar and then just get the job done.
He can't.
But he's going to now turn up at the Birkdale.
Yeah.
Every single other clip is going to be about his hole out or his shot into this, that, and the rise of Justin Rose. And all this sort of stuff.
Interview, every time he's anywhere near a media, that's the first question.
Correct.
And the only question they're probably going to ask him.
Correct.
So he's going to have that, but then if he can take that pressure and then turn that into a positive, then potentially, I'd be great for him to win it, wouldn't it? I'd love that.
It would absolutely. I mean, he's done a US Open.
Yeah,
he's won numerous times on tour. I mean, he's won. He is up there. I think I want to say he's in like the top 5 earners in history on the PGA Tour.
Is he?
Yeah.
God, I wouldn't have said that.
Nor would I. Nor would I. But he's won some
consistent
serious
player,
wedge.
then, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, some serious wedge. 60-odd, 70-odd million, I think. Something like that, I saw. Obviously,
you know where he's a lifetime member of? Burnham and Barrow.
Oh, yeah. Well, he won the, I want to say he won the Caris round there.
He won something, man. As a junior, didn't he?
Which is the English junior under 18s. I think he won the Caris round there.
Yeah.
And then
qualified for the Open, didn't he?
Qualified for the Open round there. So I think that's what Burnham did for him. But well, there we go. There's the Masters covered, Burns. Well done. That's it. You've got your kids are done. Masters is done.
I hope the kids are done.
Yeah.
Can't afford any more.
Definitely not. I got a good telephone number for you when this is all done and dusted.
No, definitely not.
Get yourself booked in.
No, I saw the pain you were in.
Coming on then, moving on. As we're talking about Europeans and things like that, Ryder Cup.
Luke Donald as captain.
Just been announced.
Yeah, third time in a row. He flirted with the decision, I think, and I know the first time he got the job or the role, probably role's a better word, isn't it? It was a last minute thing because obviously someone deflected to Liv. They made him captain, so he didn't have the preparation that he'd probably want, and he seems to be someone who puts that time, effort and energy into preparing for the Ryder Cup, and maybe the pressures of the third time and the amount of time it takes and whatnot in his personal life. But I'm so glad he decided to do that, and he's got a chance to make history, be the first captain to win 3 times in a row. Yeah. And what a way to go out that would be as well.
Yeah, I wonder how long that has taken him to make that. Well, I mean, it's obviously taken this long, but I wonder in his own mind how long that taken to make that decision and go, I'm going to do it 3 times. I mean, it was on to him. It was not a case of accepting the being captain. It was for him to say yes or no.
The backing of the players must really help as well. Knowing you've got that full support. They were sort of egging him on, weren't they? Afterwards, come on, one more, and then the crowds and that. I mean, how it keeps him relevant as well, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because he's playing days.
Well, he had to take a back seat. His playing days had to.
Yeah.
How old is he?
I've got a feeling he's similar age to Rose, maybe a year older. I want to say a year older for some reason. I don't know why I'm thinking
you're probably right. So
I would thought 47, 48, round about that. I don't know, to be honest.
It's almost like this Ryder Cup will see him into senior golf.
Yeah. Which is game suited for senior golf. He hits it very straight.
Oh, he'll do
decent
so
iron
well
players. Courses are shorter.
Yeah.
I
wonder.
You think? Yeah.
I wonder if he. I know we've just going off on tangent here.
We always do that, don't we?
We always do that.
It's not even planned, is it?
but what I'm saying is, like, I'm moving now to the seniors tour a little bit. I'm bounced away from the Ryder Cup, but you know, there was some really interesting. I personally think negative comments from Rory McIlroy once, where he said something along the lines of, you know, if I have to go and play senior tour, or if I'm going to go and play senior tour golf or play on the Champions Tour or whatever he talked about, he said, obviously I haven't done that well, have I? Type of attitude. And I just think to myself, like, you know, because when you've played the level of golf and you've travelled the level that they've done, and they've created their family around that lifestyle, to then finish with that completely because you're not on the PGA Tour anymore, or you've retired out from it or whatever, to then not carry on and do the stuff that you do. Like I listened to a podcast with Darren Clark, who plays on the Seniors Tour, and he has a couple of weeks on tour, and then he comes off for a week, he's back home for a week, and then he goes again. And for him, he just loves
competitive golf, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.
That's what he loves, and that's what drives him, because that's his life. And I don't see that any different to any of them. No. Surely, like, I desperately want to see Woodsy go and play. You can use a buggy. You know, I'd love if he went and played on the Seniors Tour. I do think that it would the Champions Tour would become a huge rival tour to the PGA Tour.
I think for Woods, it will be a case of whether he thinks he can. He's not one of those guys, and he said it numerous times. He doesn't want to just turn up and play. He wants to turn up to win, and it'll be him and his body and how he feels, and whether he feels that he can go on there. And I'm not saying he's going to dominate on that tour like he did the PGA Tour for a decade or so. But if he goes there and he's just competing, he's just playing, and he's not got no chance of winning, he won't make that decision to play it. It'll be a case of, I feel fit, I'm going to win out here, and that will be his drive, his motivation to play.
Yeah.
But you don't. I mean, a lot of the time, these professional athletes, their whole life has been centred around competing, winning, playing on tour, and to completely lose that. And the senior tour, the Legends Tour, gives them the opportunity to be back competing and winning, because when you come into that, you generally should be fitter than those guys who are on tour. You've also played on the main tour you've had less of a break from the main tour into that, so it just gives them that kick of life. Life begins at 50, and it certainly does when you move into the senior tour. But I think for Rory to say that is disrespectful for those players that play, because there's lots of players on there that would never have to pick up another golf club in their life, or ever work again, never have to do commentary or anything like that, because they are made, but they want to win, they want to play golf, they want to be competitive, and I don't think that's a good statement from him. No,
I think it's too early for him to say stuff like that. Until he gets to that latter part of his career, he might just turn around and go, actually, do you know what? I love what I do. I just want to go out and have a bit of fun.
Continue on to mid-50s, into 60s.
Yeah.
Bernard Langer has shown that you can be competitive in your late 60s. So the longevity of playing golf, and that's probably one of the reasons so many people love golf, why I love golf, why you love golf. You can go out there and you can play, and the handicap system as well, but you can play with a 90-year-old man off his handicap, and it can be competitive and you have a good game. But you can also play with a 12-year-old junior as well with his handicap that makes it competitive, and that's the beauty of golf.
Yeah, I get it, absolutely. Anyway, sorry about that. I went off on tangent with Luke Donald, but I do think Luke Donald, his career moving in, I think this is a perfect little spot for him to then swiftly move from Ryder Cup into the opportunity of playing senior Champions Tour golf. I just think that'll be so cool.
The Americans haven't announced their captain yet, have they? I think
have they not?
No.
Talk about Woods.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk.
He was on the list, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to want to make him captain on away soil on our side of the Atlantic. Whether they're going to wait for him to do it when it's at home, give him the home crowd buzz and more chance of winning, I think, at home. Yeah,
but the thing with it is it's that on its own is a massive challenge. So he would love the challenge.
Yeah, true.
It's at Adair Manor, which
he's got a connection to, hasn't he?
He's got a connection because the owner of Adair Manor, who the name throws past me at this moment in time, is Joe. Who's the Adair Manor? Who owns Adair Manor? Have you got the internet there?
Yeah. It's not McManus in that, is it?
Yeah, McManus. JP McManus.
Yeah, and Magna. I think JP McManus.
JP McManus is the guy.
He's his mate.
He's the man.
He's the one that used to do the. I mean, he's got a connection. I know him through horse racing, and being a really successful owner.
Yeah.
Also, they owned shares in Man United at one time as well.
Right. Okay.
Had some really good racehorses, but they used to do this Pro-Am, which
still do it, I think.
Which had a waiting list of so many years, but it was something like £20,000 to £30,000 to enter a team in the Pro-Am, or it might be individual even. It might be 100 grand.
Well, Woodsy obviously plays in it all the time. Matey, JP McManus has made sure that he's playing in those events all the time. So I think there's a close connection there. So would it surprise you to see him rise to the challenge of that? It's at Adair Manor. JP McManus,
there's enough connections for him to be involved in a Ryder Cup.
Yeah. I don't see any other connection anywhere.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Even if it went back to the States, where do we see Tiger's home venue? Where I don't know where. Genesis over in California.
It's tricky because all their majors other than the Masters moves venues, doesn't it? And there's not, there's. Yeah, I mean.
Don't know.
Albany.
Albany. They never play it in Albany. It's in the Bahamas.
No, but I'm saying that's his like home event.
Is now, yeah. But it used to, like it used to be Albany, or is Albany now. But it used to be he was not Lake No, another one, Windermere. What's that one?
I know they have that match and they play
Tavistock
Lake
Cup
Nona versus one of the other clubs. Don't they? All the top players.
Isleworth. Sorry, Isleworth is where he was on before.
Yeah, maybe I didn't think of that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, he's never had that great affiliation with the Ryder Cup. He's got a terrible record, hasn't he?
Has he?
As a player, and he never seemed that bothered about it, did he?
He captained the President's
Cup. He's done that. Yeah,
he's done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how he got.
So he's had a taste for it on. Yeah,
he won that. He won that. Did he win that one? Yeah, I think he would have won.
So I don't know. I don't know who they're going to pick. Obviously, it won't be Keegan again, will it? I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Be surprised. I mean, they did have a good comeback on the Sunday in the singles, but
yeah,
they were out of it really, weren't they? They were too far back, and he didn't. I don't know. He made a few questionable choices in player selection, but also in teams, and his foursomes and four-ball picks were a bit sort of a bit all over the place. So I don't think he'll get the opportunity again.
Yeah, I agree.
As much as he'd probably like to put the wrongs right.
Tricky.
Don't know. Yeah,
I don't think he'll get the choice. He's certainly not in Luke Donald's.
He might get in by playing, mind you.
Well, that might be a goal for him.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be. He's not in Luke Donald's shoes where he's deciding whether he's going to carry on as captain or not, is he?
No.
He's waiting for someone to say you can or you can't. Redo that. Which I'm going to say. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on that.
Yeah.
Well, something I want to know, and I'm sure the audience want to know, how is life in Bernie's Well going? How is the... I see you're about to put out, you mentioned earlier, about to put out a video about what's in the bag, but you're already...
It's okay, I've got lots of content. I've got a few videos in the bank, and I've got quite a lot planned. Gone away a little bit from the on-course content at the moment, mainly weather-related. But
you're not getting out there.
No, and I've had a few videos that I wanted to make, which I haven't made, regarding sort of equipment, a few tour secrets, and a few, not controversial, but a little bit more, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but maybe controversial. Yeah, a little bit more edgy, I guess, a bit more edgy content just about things that happen, and just discussing that. I've done a few more reviews as well, so I've just sort of varied my content a little bit from completely course vlogs to a little bit more, a little bit different, but mainly because of the weather and just videos I wanted to make, really, I guess. What about yourself? You got much?
Interesting space, isn't it? Because it's like, I'm more excited this year than I have been for some time, as in, like, and that's only just kind of come about, really, because I've got a couple of different series things that I'm focusing on. Interestingly, the more I look into, like, I do a little bit with like AI, like I chat with AI a bit, a bit weird, but I chat with AI, just more about like business things, and I'll ask it to do some research on, give me some research on this, or just show me what's happening in this area, give me some trends, and all this sort of stuff. And I end up down rabbit holes with it. So I'll go in and try and do a thumbnail of giving me some ideas of thumbnails, or give me some ideas of titles. And then next thing, I'm off on a tangent of analytics, So I think, without a shadow of a doubt, the golf industry right now within the space of content creation is massively flooded.
Yeah, 100%. It's difficult.
Yeah, and...
It's difficult to stand out, I think. It's the
hugely
thing.
difficult.
And I'm finding growth... It was difficult, but it's increasingly. I'm getting good views for my level of subs, but I'm not seeing any growth whatsoever. No extra subs. Pick a couple up, lose one. It's just it's sort of very much.
Views are hard to come about when it comes to long form content, I find. Yeah. So short form content is helping grow those numbers when it comes to that sort of stuff, which is cool. Yeah. And also, but what's also interesting is, like, when I talk to companies about the videos that we're putting together or series that I want to do, the discussions move very quickly off of long form into short form.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to go and do an Under Armour shoot. They asked me to come up I've got a few days that I've got to do with Under Armour, and one of them is on in April, is at Saunton. Oh, nice. So I sort of said, can you give me a bit of a brief as to what we're looking at, what we're going to be doing?
Yeah.
And it's all about this. It's all about the shoe and this, that, and the other. But purely, it was reels and stories.
Yeah.
So I'm not going up there to create a video around a YouTube content or anything like that.
It's quicker and easier, isn't it? It's quick. I guess
it's almost too easy.
Yeah.
Like, I know that might sound ridiculous, but like, I just look at it and go, oh, is that it? Is that all we're doing? You know? And
I like making long form content.
Yeah, well, you're a storyteller, Burns. That's what we do.
I just don't. I've never really been into short stories. I know the younger generation. That's what they feed off, isn't it? They go
people watching this.
They go on TikTok or Instagram, boff, flick through. Oh yeah, it keeps their attention for 5 seconds onto the next story. And it's just a generation younger than us, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just not. But yeah,
and that's fine. But I definitely think that we're moving into that. Well, I'm not saying we're moving. We've already moved. It's already gone. It's the boat sailed on that side of it. But it is very much a flooded market, and I think this is now an opportunity to think a little bit outside the box, dive into some sort of nichey little areas of it, and try and achieve some stuff from that. And I suppose, from my side, with the locker room golf stuff and everything else that I'm trying to push on the side of that, I think that's what's exciting me. That is what's exciting me, which is, obviously we've tried to do stuff in the past of the bus tours and things like that, and it's a challenge. You've
got to evolve, haven't you?
You've got to evolve,
and move and change with the needle. Move with the needle, haven't you? Really, I mean, it's part of trying to stay relevant, I guess. Isn't it?
It is.
And sort of following, like you said, following trends, and maybe I need to do that a little bit more, but so difficult, isn't it?
You've got to. The only thing I would say is just keep enjoying it. Like keep putting out the stuff that you want to put out, and keep enjoying what you're doing. And then,
mate, I think you gave me a great bit of advice, and it's a good bit of advice for anybody out there that may be making some videos or doing some short form or trying to grow their social media. Is make sure what you're doing you enjoy, and you would watch it yourself. And then if people watch it and you grow as a result, it's just a bonus, isn't it? More than anything.
100%.
And those videos, those reels, whatever you're doing, will be on there, forever. And it's it's like almost like a library. And it's quite nice to see, particularly on YouTube, when you get a video that suddenly gets 100 views, and you think, it's got 100 views in the last 24 hours. I'm not sure why that's happened, why that's been pushed, but it's quite nice that people are still watching. Although my content was pretty bad a couple of years ago, but people are still watching those. People are still watching those videos. But
you've got to start somewhere.
Yeah,
you go back to our original stuff. What was like 8 years ago? Staden Heights stuff and this, that, and the other.
That flicked up on my memories the other day. Yeah, your video in the bunker.
Yeah, the bunker one. Yeah, and you think to yourself like, oh crikey, But then you don't know what you know, do you?
No,
you don't know now.
Oh, 100%.
And you learn from every video you make. That's the great thing about it.
I remember someone saying as well, you don't judge yourself out until you've done 100 videos.
Yeah.
Which is so true, isn't it? And you can even make videos which you think are you get the two extremes. You make a video, this is my best work. Everything about it was good. Love it. It's a good story. It flows nicely. The information's perfect. No views, and then you make a video and you're like, I don't like this. I'm almost deleting it, and it pops. And you're like, how But people like it. It's weird, isn't it? The space is strange. Moving on to something slightly different.
Yeah. Very different. Very different. Do you know much about compressions of golf balls?
A little bit. I wouldn't say it was an area that I would claim to be an expert at, but I do know a bit about golf ball. Yeah, I would say I do. Yeah, you're going to make me look stupid now.
No, I'm not. No, I don't want to put you on a spotlight because this is relatively new to me. Yeah. And where do you think a compression of the golf ball can make a big difference between a high compression and a low compression ball?
You mean what area of the game?
Yeah, just pick an area of the game that you think would make the biggest, maybe one of the bigger differences.
So you would think it was driver distance, but I'm going to go short game.
Okay. I think it's going to be around the small chips just off the edge of the green.
That's the biggest difference for me personally from a 2-piece ball into your modern 4-piece ball is your short game, the amount of spin you can generate. The better quality balls you would definitely notice short game, not necessarily long game.
Okay, cool.
That's how I'd see it.
So if you were going to hit a chip shot from off the edge of the green, and I threw down a Pro V1X, which is, let's say, 105 compression, let's say.
Which is the ball I'd probably use.
Which is the highest compression golf ball. moving down to, let's say, a Callaway super soft.
Yeah.
Okay, which is probably in the region of, I don't know, let's say between 50 and 70 compression.
Okay.
Close to 50, I think, probably.
Yeah.
If you're chipping off the edge of the green, what are you going to notice the difference on, do you think? It's quite an interesting one. Just purely think of how that ball is going to react off the face. What's your feeling?
So, I mean, if it's softer and you're taking a sponge, you'd think you better compress. The ball would compress more being softer.
Okay.
Than a harder ball. It'd be harder to compress at that swing speed because you're playing a relatively low speed shot.
Yeah.
So I'd think you'd better compress the softer ball more.
Okay.
The lower. Is that right or wrong? Or?
So basically, if you took two balls, the 50 compression and the 105 compression, and there was a metal plate on the floor, which is, let's say, a putter face, or a wedge face, and you drop them from the same height and bounce them up, the lower compression ball will spring up a lot higher than. So basically, when you hit a putt or a chip, the higher compression ball is going to come off more dead.
Okay. Yeah.
And the lower compression ball is going to come off more fiery, more hot.
That makes sense.
Completely makes sense. If you think about times you've chipped off the edge of the green with a low compression ball, like a lady's ball, or the ball we've just mentioned, them compared to your standard chipping with a bit. Yeah. The differences are phenomenal. Yeah. You can't work out what's happening. No. But you know that there's a difference. Yeah. And one feels really soft and bang, just seems like quite lively. Yeah. Is probably the word. Yeah. Whereas when you then chip with a Pro V1X or something along that sort of line, or a TP5, whatever. Yeah. Then you're going to get a slightly more duller, kind of more flop off the face. Yeah. So what I'm getting at here is that if you get used to, and this is where, when people go, I use this ball in the summer and this ball in the winter, you just got to be mindful that when you get into your short game area, that the biggest impact is going to be. That's the biggest
difference, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, yes, we could talk about spin and all that, and I agree that spin is really, really important, and you're going to get that more controlled spin, certainly in your shorter stuff with the higher compression stuff. But when it comes to those.
So the narrative of the story is you should stick with the same ball,
whatever it is,
all year round.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I never understood when people got a winter ball and a summer ball. I understand the fact that you're wiping the ball possibly. Yeah. You're losing more balls in the winter. The ball plugs. You don't want to use. If you're a Pro V1 user, you're thinking, well, it's expensive. I don't really want to lose these balls.
Correct. Yeah.
Under leaves, trees, whatever. I'm going to go for a cheaper ball, but. There are still alternatives that you can get that almost marry in, can't you? But
100%.
It's important. Ball is important.
It really is. I came across it this year at the PGA show, and I was like, as much as I kind of thought I knew a little bit about compression and how it worked, I didn't expect the impact that I saw from that one little experiment with how a ball reacts off the face of a putter or off the metal floor or whatever it was. I thought, anyway, we like little nuggets like that on the show, don't we, Burns? So nice, I thought that was just a little one that you could absorb and even create a video on it, maybe. Yeah,
it's a good video, isn't it?
Little chit chat for you.
Yeah.
There you go. All about the ideas.
I have noticed, I know you mentioned it earlier, Locker Room Golf, and your website's up and running now, which looks quite impressive. Lots of some articles in there, some reviews from members of the channel or fans of the channel, subscribers of the channel. But you've also got a bit of a mini tour, I guess, to start. Not a tour maybe, but more.
If you remember, we did it last year where we started out at Bovey Castle, and the idea, and so Bernie and I ran the bus tour for quite a few years, and I suppose the biggest issue we had with the bus tour was the 2 days away, and having because everybody, even to this point now where golf is busy on a weekend. So golf clubs don't really want you there on the weekend, but they're happy to give you a Wednesday and a Thursday. That's what they're happy to give you, which is not ideal because it's in the middle of the week. People have got to take 2 days off work or even 3 days if they're travelling. Yeah. So bit of a nightmare, I would say. We did struggle, didn't we? We came hurtling out the blocks and then we struggled.
It was good the first couple of years. The 2 previous years after were tricky because not the rising costs of everything as well for everything. They were hard to keep at such a price, a competitive price, and people saying, "Oh, can you not do it?" And it was hard to get people together, like certain dates suited people, and it just became a struggle to get enough numbers to make it viable, really. And the last couple we did, like, I'm happy to tell people, we actually run at a loss, and it wasn't worth. As nice as it was to meet everybody and to spend 2 days playing golf, but with the cost of travelling and the time and everything like that, it just wasn't worth really doing it. It was becoming a case of only one of us would go to the event because of the fact of the cost of it. And it just it didn't die, but it was fading, and it needed changing. It needed
a change, because as like no different to what we talked about here with the content creation and things like that, like things evolve, and that, as you quite rightly said, the prices of everything massively going up, and I would say even to the point between when we've finished doing it to where we are right now, the prices have gone up on golf courses. Like people got onto this, the bubble will burst with that. I'm absolutely certain of it. There's no way that people are going to continue to pay £200 to £300 a round of golf.
No,
there's no way that's going to happen. So, but that just makes it a real challenge for people like us trying to organise things and trying to keep it the cost in a position. So I decided to kind of just try and do little one-day get-togethers where, you know, we could get everybody together on a decent venue. You know, ideally, yes, we want to take this tour around a little bit. For me, it really isn't. When you're only doing a one-day event, it's different if you're away for 2 days or even 3 days that we used to have to go for. You have to make it kind of make it pay itself a bit.
Yeah.
But when it came to like one-day events, like just go and do it, see everybody.
If people want to stay, they can arrange their own accommodation.
Yeah, and Graham's there to help with all of that.
If they want to come down for a couple of days and play a couple more rounds of golf, they can.
It works, yeah.
And it works better, I think.
But the locker room golf, so we're going to have the tour, which will be probably 3 or 4 events throughout the year. Probably 4. I want to get 4 really. I've had a little poll gone out for people to talk about. I wanted to do like
a better golf. I saw that.
Either a royal course, or a very high end type of course, as in like a Sunningdale as an example, or then go into venues which are open venues.
I think that's a great idea, because I would love. I have
bucket lists.
I've been lucky in the fact that since we've been doing this, since you've had your channel, I've played golf courses that I would never have the opportunity to go to, play at, film at, even just to walk round and see the golf courses. But there's a few that I've got on my bucket list. I would love to play. I've not really played any. I've not played an open venue, an actual open venue. I've played the qualifying venues. We played like Wallasey, and obviously Burnham, places like that. But to go and play, St Andrews always on my list. I know that's probably a bit.
But
far-fetched, but
it's
potentially
not, though, is it? Because we could go up there and do St Andrews, and there's loads of golf courses up there you could go and do.
And I'd be quite. I know there's a lot of people as well. I've had conversations in the past with people. They'd be prepared to pay that premium price for a once a year, once in a lifetime opportunity to play those golf courses. I think it's a great idea.
And there'll be some that will hand pick, and they'll go, do you know what? I really want to play Royal Birkdale, but I'm not that fussed. I've played St Andrews, so I'm not that fussed about paying and playing St Andrews, but I want to play Birkdale, or I want to go to Carnoustie, I want to go to Turnberry, whatever it is. Like if those are the courses that we're going to focus on, which I really want to, and also you and we need to be inspired as well. Like I want to go to golf courses that I'm like, actually, I need to tick that off, and I need to get that 100%. And what a great opportunity to do it with the audience, and the community of doing it. So that's just one part of locker room. Obviously, I've got some really great ideas that I really want to get going with it. Obviously, there's the podcast side of it. There's the newsletter that I've been desperate to do for so long, and that's obviously then helps create me to think more about writing articles a little bit more.
I know you enjoy that as well.
I do enjoy it, because it's something that doesn't always get a chance to go out onto the channel, but we can then put it out into the newsletter, and it's a great way to communicate with the audience. And as you said, they get a chance to contribute as well. So I'm that again talked about the excitement of 2026, but that is what I really want to push, and I think it's got some
legs, isn't it?
Some legs, some legs with it. I do want to create.
When's the first one? 1st of
May.
1st of May.
Back at Bovey Castle.
Yeah, that was good
1st
last
of
year.
May. It was really good. We had 48 last year. And I want to get. I basically want to cap it at 50. We've got a couple of hours of tea times. And then that's guaranteed. That's in the diary. So please go and check it out for yourself. lockerroomgolf.co.uk.
Link here.
Link. No, Bernie's put the link in. So we're going to do that, and then
Churston as well.
And then
that's quite exciting, wasn't it?
Home of everything. Home of where we are right now, which I think is really important to support that. And people want to come to Churston. They want to come and see it. No different when we were at Torquay. People love to come and see us at Torquay. Same again. So Churston's booked in for the 10th, Friday. These are all. I'm trying to get all Fridays because then it makes it a bit easier for people.
Yeah, long weekend and stuff. Weekend. Yeah, it makes sense.
Friday the 10th of July.
Yeah.
Here at Churston. What I'd love to do, if I'm honest with you, what I'd really love to do is beat the Bernie. Peg you up on a par 3 and do a beat the Bernie challenge. Beat the Bernie. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Up for that?
Yeah.
Beat the Bernie challenge. So yeah, there we go. There is Locker Room Golf, and hopefully people will jump on board with it. So we'll see. Anything else?
No, I feel like we've literally done like 6 months worth of chatting in one show.
Yeah, haven't we? Yeah, absolutely, we have. Yeah,
it's gonna be like a special, couldn't it?
It's been nice, Bernard. And my coffee is fully
I've
gone.
Done, yeah,
You've done as well.
Yeah,
well done, mate. Suliac. That was a nice little spot.
I loved it down there. Yeah,
that was a nice spot. Yeah. And I'm sure there'll be things that we'll look back on for this little get together and think, oh, we should have talked about that. Yeah, but we'll probably save it, should we?
We'll save it. Yeah.
Okay, save it.
Don't give it all away in one go.
No. Well said, Bernie. Well said.
Have them wanting more.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, everybody, hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed listening to it, if you're listening to it. And Bernie, thank you very much.
Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely fantastic again. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again. Well, we'll see you again very soon.